Rockingham County government presents You've Got Grit. You've
Oh
Got
yeah.
Grit. Reverend Dr. Clarence Johnson of Reedsville. You've got grit. Grit is the stubborn refusal to quit. You've got grit. Who is Reverend Dr. Clarence Johnson? Tell us
Yeah.
about yourself.
Well, I am the third child of the late Deacon Clarence Johnson and the late Ella Johnson. I was born in March 21st, 1938 in Roanoke, Virginia. I grew up as a young child in the home of a deacon and therefore was raised in a Christian home.
All
And
right.
so that's my beginning. I had a wonderful childhood, wonderful parents. Although we grew up in a time that we were poor, but the Lord took care of us.
Okay, so growing up, you went to schools and you had a beautiful neighborhood and family. What about college?
Yeah, well, let me tell you a little bit about how I got to school. After I graduated from high school, I didn't know what I wanted to be, and so I decided to go down to the post office and join a service, and I wound up joining the Marines. And so I was in the Marines for 3 years, and I was able to come out, and I went to junior college. I went to Virginia Western Community College and got an associate degree in applied science because in the military, I was an aviation electronic technician. And so I followed up on that. And my first job after finishing school in Roanoke, I moved to Greensboro, and I was hired by Bell Labs Laboratories, and that's where I got my first job. I integrated a lot of places back in those days, and so I got my start in education there. And I saw other people going to college. And so I decided to go get my other 2 years. And I entered the A&T State University. And it took me 4 years to get the other 2 years. And I graduated in 1976. And it was at that time that I got called into the ministry and wound up for the next 3 years attending the Shaw University Divinity School and graduated from there. And in 1980, I was called to the Elm Grove Baptist Church in Reedsville, North Carolina.
Oh my goodness. Wow, what a career. So, what about your community involvement? You've been involved in so many things in the community.
Yes, I tell you, in Reedsville is a small city, but uh, I was a member of quite a number of boards in Reedsville, the Human Relations Board, the other boards that I belong to, and now I'm serving, even as a retired minister. I'm serving as the president of the ministerial alliance of Reedsville and vicinity. And so that sort of keep me busy. I'm a member of the Reedsville NAACP. And so that's a few of some of the organizations that I belong to.
How do you encourage uninvolved people to get involved?
Well, I try to tell them to to contribute back to the community what you have learned yourself. So that means that you have to get involved with the community. I encourage them to join the NAACP, and most of all, I ask them to join a church where they can be able to grow and to be able to be a productive citizen uh, uh, and uh, and to grow, and that they'll be able to give their family a good foundation.
So, what are some of the most rewarding things that happen to you as the pastor of Elm Grove Baptist Church in Reedsville? That's a big church.
Yeah, well, in 2002, I was given an honorary doctorate degree from Jacksonville College in Jacksonville, and that was a highlight of my ministry. I have been given many awards from the NAACP and from other organizations. So I've been in Reedsville for 30 years. And so I have been very active in the community. I am one of the first full-time pastors I'm the first full-time pastor that the church has had. And so I was available. And so I was involved myself not only at the church, but I involved myself in the community.
What life lessons from your vantage point are essential for success? What makes success?
Well, I learned that to be successful, that that obtaining an education, education is essential for a person becoming successful. Also, having a career goal that you are interested in working in and pursue that goal. Be willing to help others to become successful as you become successful. Be willing to accept advice and give advice, and also to work hard in the field that you've chose to work in, and you will find that success will follow you. Work hard and do your best, and have a religious faith that guides your life for success. Be friendly and you will make friends.
Beautiful, beautiful. We often hear people complaining and going through different challenges. How can we all experience more happiness, joy, and being thankful for the blessings that we have?
Well, I'm thankful to my family. I think the family is the basis of being able to have a happy life. I've had 3 children. They all grown. They all went to college, and I'm seeing my grandchildren grow up right in front of me. And so I think the family is very important to be a part of. And so I love my wife. We've been married for 58 years. And we've been, I always say that Jesus is the glue that keeps you together. And so we are still yet married and very happily with our family.
Congratulations on 58 years of marriage.
Right.
If you could dream 3 wonderful wishes for Rockingham County's future, what would those 3 wishes include?
Well, I like to see more diversity in employment in Rockingham County. I like to see more jobs for people to have in our county. I would like to see that all children get a good education in our school system. I would like to see that we learn more about each other so that we won't be so divided among racial lines in Rockingham County. And I like to see diversity in our elected officials so that we have representation from the various communities in our county.
Why do you love Rockingham County?
Well, I've lived here for over 30 years now and consider it as my home. There's been a lot of improvement in Rockingham County, and there's more that we can do. There can be, there are things that attracts a person to maintain his family, to raise children. It's just a good county to live in. It's near, although we consider a rural city, but our highways, we can get on the highway, we can go to Greensboro and go to Charlotte, go to anywhere we want to in driving distance. I like to continue to make myself available to Rockingham County, do all I can to make Rockingham County the best county that we can do. Now, I was instrumental in some years ago in our city obtaining the All-American City Award. And so I just think that Reedsville is a good place. We have members of our race on the city council and other positions. Our chief of police is a minority. Our chief of police and our fire chief, he is a minority. So there's great opportunities that I feel that we have right here in Reedsville, and we welcome everybody to come. Most of our children, they grow up and leave and don't come back. And so I'm welcoming you back to Rockingham County.
Welcome people back to Rockingham County from the Reverend Dr. Clarence Johnson. You've got grit, Reverend Dr. Clarence Johnson. So,
thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you know what? I bet some of the people who are watching this show, they probably know someone who we could describe by saying, you've got grit. So what we'd like for you to do is email us a paragraph describing a person you think Spectrum 1304 and Rockingham County government should interview for You've Got Grit. Email your paragraph to mscott@co.rockingham.nc.us. That's mscott@co.rockingham.nc.us. You've got grit. Thank you so much for joining us.